Hi, this is Sarah Peel, the Director of Watershed Projects with the Wabash River Enhancement Corporation, and I'm excited today to talk with you about some of the programs and projects that we've been working on locally to improve water quality within the Wabash River. So as I mentioned, I work with the Wabash River Enhancement Corporation. We were founded in 2005 through what's called an interlocal agreement between the cities of Lafayette, West Lafayette, Tippecanoe County, and Purdue University. And what that means is that those four entities decided they wanted to work together to improve the corridor within the Wabash River, within our local county, in an effort to try to provide long-term benefits, recreation, aesthetic conditions, and environmental improvement. And those three things really make up the mission of the Wabash River Enhancement Corporation. And I've been working since 2009 with a focus on our nearly 500 square mile watershed. We've been working since 2012 to implement our watershed management plan. And that plan was written with a variety of inputs from local residents, residential groups, Purdue University student groups, area businesses, and some of our larger partners. And those entities really have helped us move from the planning phase where we identified the need for long-term protection, reduction in sediment and nutrient loading into the Wabash River, a massive education overhaul where we had a lot of individuals identify that they knew there were problems with the river, but they really didn't know how to address them, into the phase where we're starting to work through addressing some of those issues. So since 2012, we've really focused on implementation and education and outreach, really trying to connect local residents to the Wabash River and instill them with the ability to make a change, big or small, on behalf of the river to improve its water quality. So our implementation efforts really focus on three divisions: residents or residential land uses, some of our commercial entities and our larger governmental projects, and then really higher education and outreach, and a bit of implementation there as well. So on the resident side, we've worked with nearly 1,500 residents throughout the greater Lafayette community to provide them with some technical assistance, focusing on ways that we can assist them with identifying problem sites on their own properties. So we go out and meet with individual landowners. We've met with about 600 of them in the last 5 years, and about half of those individuals have actually implemented a project where they've either installed a rain barrel or a rain garden. They've worked with a contractor to put in some pervious pavement, or they've planted native trees or native plants to have that positive impact on the Wabash River. And through their efforts, we've reduced about 90,000 gallons of stormwater from going into the river. We launched in 2012 our Eco Champion sign program, where every time we install a project or an individual installs a project, they get what we call an Eco Champion sign. And the sign provides information for their neighbors, but it also suggests that they're making a social commitment with those neighbors as well. So they're really making the next step to engage. And about 80% of individuals who install those signs maintain their rain barrels and rain gardens at really high levels, whereas individuals that don't install those signs don't make that commitment and don't continue that level of engagement and maintenance. On the commercial and governmental side, we've worked with the cities of Lafayette and West Lafayette to install relatively large projects that drain large parking lots or convert entire street sections and blocks into areas that actually treat stormwater, infiltrate stormwater. Two examples on the governmental side are Morton Community Center, where they installed a nearly 2,000 square foot rain garden, which drains their entire parking lot. That project was designed by Bowler Green Initiative, a student group here on Purdue's campus. And then also on the City of Lafayette side, we've worked with them on their combined sewer overflow reduction project on North Street, where 6 blocks of North Street were converted from historic brick pavers into pervious pavers with a series of bioswales and native plantings that really soak up that water adjacent to the street. Through that effort, they've reduced nearly 4 million gallons of combined sewer overflows entering the Wabash River annually. And then on the higher education side, we partner quite often and extensively with Purdue University students, either through presentations to classes and clubs, engaging them with our Wabash Sampling Blitz, our snapshot of water quality event, where we go out and sample nearly 200 stream sites on a twice annual basis in the spring and fall. I've also worked with several on higher education projects where we work with EEE 495 to design and then install a project in partnership with a community partner. Everything from meeting with that partner, providing the opportunity to write a grant application, reviewing that application, and then working with them on the implementation side. Several students have also worked with us on thesis projects, and they've done everything from looking at our long-term water quality data that we've collected and trying to determine, are we seeing a difference in our water quality? And one student is focusing on that, and she's seen on the urban side that we're starting to see reductions in our stormwater peaks, while on our agricultural side, we're starting to see reductions in one of our key nutrients, nitrate, nitrogen. Several other students are working on other things, rain barrel surveys, bioretention inventories, efforts to identify why individuals implement the types of practices that they do, pinpointing and highlighting locations where we should be working based on modeling efforts, fish inventories, and more. So we really partner across the board to try to identify ways that we can work with residents, government and commercial entities, and Purdue University students and local schools as well to really make a difference on behalf of the Wabash River.